Hare Krishna Maharaj. So a question that says, that I come because there's a decline in dharma, but then in the end it says sarva-dharmān parityajya, to give up all this dharma.
Yes, very good. That verse I think is pretty regularly misunderstood, because as you know, Krishna spoke the Gita to Arjuna just to convince him not to give up his dharma. And at the end of the Gita is kshatriya dharma. And the kshatriya dharma, because you have varna and ashram. So his varna dharma, as a kshatriya, is intimately connected to ashrama dharma. Because as Arjuna says, if I fight and kill all the kshatriyas, no one will protect their daughters and wives, will get varna sankara, varna mixing, and so on. So Krishna is convincing Arjuna not to give up his dharma. So what does that verse mean? Sarva-dharmān parityajya. First of all, I think to understand this verse, you have to see that Krishna is clearly drawing a contrast between two opposites. And the two opposites are the word sarva, all or every, and the word eka, which means one alone. And so Krishna says, sarva-dharmān parityajya, giving up all dharmas, mam ekang sharanam braja. What you should give up all dharmas for is the context of finding ultimate shelter. So we have to perform our swabhavaja dharma. We have to perform the duty that's born of our nature. However, let's say you're a Brahmin or a Kshatriya or whatever, a Grihastha, Sannyasi, Brahmachari, performing those duties nicely will not give you ultimate shelter. And that's what the Bhagavatam says. Dharmak swanushtitak pungsang. When people perform their varnashrama vibhagasha, when they perform their duty nicely, but sangsidhi haritoshanam, the real point is to satisfy Hari, Krishna, and the dharmak, so actually dharmak swanushtitak, su means very, and anushtita. Stita means to stand in something, to abide by something, and anushtita means to consistently, to steadily abide in something, anushtita. And su means very. So dharma, su anushtita, pungsang. When human beings perform their varnashram duties very carefully and very steadily, but vishaksena, kata sujaknot pada ye jadiratim. If the performance of your varnashram dharma does not produce in you a rati, a love, a devotion for Vishaksena, which means literally Krishna, whose power extends in all directions. Vishaksena katasu, if that does not produce in you a love, an attachment to the kata, the descriptions and narrations of the Lord, whose power extends everywhere, then Shama eva hi kevalam. Eva hi kevalam is about as emphatic as you can get in Sanskrit. Because eva means it's just that and nothing else. He, indeed, kevalam, and nothing else. It's like, eva hi kevalam means it's shrama. It's just labor. You just worked hard, but you didn't win the prize. You know, it's like you spend a lot of money, buy some nice clothes, dress up, drive 100 miles, spend your last dollar on gas, apply for a job, you don't get the job. Shama means labor, like tiring labor, just working hard, shama. Eva, it is simply labor and nothing else. That's what the Bhagavatam is saying. So therefore, Krishna says, Mam eva sharanam, mam ekang sharanam. Come or go to me alone for shelter. So you give up all of their dharmas as your ultimate shelter. You don't give up the dharma itself, obviously, because at the end of the Gita, Krishna asked Arjuna, did you understand? And Arjuna said, he didn't say, yes, I'm out of here. I'm leaving the battlefield. Text me and let me know what happened. Arjuna says that, okay, Krishna, stitosmi, gata sandeha, my doubt is gone. I'm situated properly. I know what I should do, and therefore I'll fight. So if Arjuna was supposed to give up his dharma, that means he didn't understand the Gita, and he did fight. We know that after hearing the Bhagavad Gita, in fact, Arjuna did fight. And so therefore it'd be absurd to say that Krishna is simply asking you to give up all dharmas. He's saying that give up all dharmas as your ultimate shelter in life. And that's what he said a few verses earlier. Tam eva sharanam gacha. Go to him alone, to the Lord, for shelter. Sarva-bhavena bharata, with all your existence, literally, sarva-bhavena. So that's the point. You do your dharma, whether you're grihastha or brahmachari or sannyasi, whatever, vanaprastha. Poor vanaprasthas, they're always neglected in this. Anyway, so you do your ashram dharma, whatever it is, you do your varna dharma, but you don't think, as many people do think, in India, for example, and also in the West, that if I just do my duty, if I'm a good father, a good mother, a good this, a good that, I'll go to heaven. That's karma yoga in the minds of some people. Karma yoga means that I, just do my duty, my mundane duty, and then that's it. And that's what Krishna is talking about. He's talking about the false karma yoga where there's no bhakti. That's not karma yoga. If you're just a good father, a good mother, a good doctor, a good lawyer, whatever, you're not doing karma yoga. You're doing karma. It may be sattvika karma. It may be karma and goodness, but it's karma. Karma yoga means you connect your karma to God, and you connect it to God by offering it to him, by doing it for his pleasure. If you're not doing it for his pleasure, you're just a good person, quote unquote, fine, that's karma, sattvika karma. Karma in the mode of goodness. It's not karma yoga. That's what Krishna's talking about. That's the whole point here, really. So any other questions? If not, I'm going to auction off some of my personal items like old shirts and...
So Maharaj, get back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He also came to establish the dharma.
Yes.
At this age. And what you said that that verse from Bhagavatam that if you don't know Rati, it will only shram.
Yes.
So...
Because if you look at all of Lord Chaitanya's followers, they were in love with Krishna. They weren't just doing quote unquote good deeds in the world. They were loving servants of Krishna. And as Prabhupada always said very brilliantly, that Krishna said, surrender to me, but people couldn't figure out what he meant. So he came again as his own devotee to show you, okay, this is how you do it. Isn't it? It's just like the teacher may say to the young student, okay, write A, B, C, D. But the student can't do it. The teacher goes to the blackboard or whiteboard or whatever board and, okay, like this. See how I'm writing. So Krishna's teaching by example. Here's what I meant in Bhagavad Gita.